Caring for Caregivers Act will take effect on New Year's Day. It will provide a $2,000 tax credit for those eligible, and the amount rises to $3,000 if you are caring for a veteran or someone with dementia. Joe Filomeno joined us now with more details. Joel.
Rich, the state of Oklahoma currently has nearly 160,000 family caregivers who are eligible to receive these new tax credits. The hope is it will reduce the stress on caregivers while also improving the lives of the people they're caring for.
I know it's so pretty in here. Do you want something to drink? You want iced tea, hot tea?
Stacy Weddington is the caretaker of three. Her son, who has Asperger's, her husband, who suffers from kidney failure, and her 85-year-old mother is disabled.
As exhausting as it can be at times, I look at it as a gift because I've got all the people I love under one roof. And I'm a nurturer by nature.
Stacy's mother, Carolyn Smith, lived on her own in Oklahoma City until two debilitating falls in 2014 and 2020.
She was independent, doing her thing until she fell and broke a hip. And that kind of snowballed into a host of physical limitations for her, and then brought her to us 3 years ago.
Smith is currently recovering from breaking her pelvis in 2 places.
Stacy couldn't stand it any longer, and she said, "You're coming here." So I thought I'd be there for a week or two, but I didn't know I was going to be a permanent resident.
Stacy Weddington says the toughest part of caring for loved ones like her mom is the cost.
There are families out there, making decisions between paying rent and fulfilling the needs and medicines and things like that their loved one needs.
AARP reports that Oklahoma caregivers spend, on average, $7,200 per year on expenses.
Nobody should ever be in that situation where you're having to make critical, vital, life-changing decisions on do we eat or do we get mom her diabetes medicine.
Hello, this is Representative West. Can I help you?
State Representative Tammy West has firsthand knowledge of what caregivers like Weddington are experiencing, and it spurred her to push the legislature to act.
Had taken care of my grandparents along with other family members when they were older and wanting to stay home in their last days, and realized firsthand that it's emotionally and can be very financially and physically draining.
The Caring for Caregivers Act passed unanimously in the House and received a majority vote of 33-14 in the Senate. To be eligible, single applicants must have a gross income below $50,000 and joint filers must be below $100,000.
It provides a little bit of relief for those things that the state and federal government might not cover with their subsidies and offerings.
The bill goes into effect on January 1st, providing $2,000 per year in tax credits. $3,000 would go towards individuals taking care of a veteran or a senior with dementia above the age of 62.
We're talking ramps, modifications for bathrooms, wheelchairs, walkers, respite care, caregivers coming in and assisting with home health care, those things that families pay for out of pocket.
According to AARP, 93% of Oklahoma family caregivers pay out-of-pocket expenses for items like medical equipment, transportation, home modifications, respite services, and in-home support services. The new tax credit will help offset the cost of those items.
And they're real important for keeping a loved one at home, because if someone can go to the bathroom by themselves, it provides dignity, but it also truly allows them to stay home.
I love you.
Love you too, girl.
Director of Sooner Success, Aida Stevens, says the Caregiver Act is a good first step, but hopes to see the program expanded to cover more types of caregivers.
I'm really thankful that we got that legislation passed. It's a starting point, but it's my hope of a loved one that's a young adult. I would love to see legislators pass legislation, a tax benefit for all ages, young and older.
Stevens is helping coordinate the Oklahoma Caregivers Conference at the Metro Technology Centers in Oklahoma City.
We're really trying to focus on their health and wellness. There are resources available. They can go to okcares.org. We would love to connect with them.
The 6th annual Oklahoma Caregivers Conference took place across the state, both virtually and in person.
I myself am a family caregiver. I know what it's like. It's very easy to overlook our health and wellness, but we have got to do better and know that our health and wellness is equally important so that we can be that best family caregiver for our loved one.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Senior Associate State Director for AARP, Michelle Sourjohn, says the work Oklahoma caregivers provide is vital to themselves and the communities that they live in.
Too often caregivers, they don't realize what they need until they're in the heart of caregiving. And so what we aim to do is really provide the resources and the information that they need.
AARP provides a free online care kit full of valuable information.
It has a prepare to care booklet, a Medicare guide for family caregivers, because too often our caregivers are the ones that are applying for benefits.
Stacy Weddington took a brief break from caring for her family to speak virtually at the Caretakers Conference on November 2nd.
The needs are so unique in the caretaking world. You know, they had the wonderful sessions on, taking care of the caretaker, which, is vital. You can't pour from an empty cup.
According to AARP, in the United States, caregivers provide $600 billion a year in unpaid care.